friends, today we're going to read the nonfiction book, All the Colors of the Rainbow. A nonfiction book means it is a book that is based in truth. The things that you'll find inside are generally all facts. They'll have questions and things like that, but you'll see photographs in a nonfiction book. You'll see diagrams in a nonfiction book. Things that show historical facts or discoveries. And you will also often find a vocabulary page, an index in there, and you will often find a table of contents, but this one does not have that. So those are just some clues about how to spot a nonfiction book. So this is by Alan Fowler, A Rookie Read About Science, and this is published by Scholastic. Let's go ahead and get into this one. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see it better. There we go. Have you ever seen a rainbow in the sky? Its colors are so pretty and its shape is so perfect. You can't touch or grab a hold of a rainbow. That's because it is made of sunlight. Have you ever seen streams of sunlight shining in the forest? They look white. If sunlight is white, how can it sometimes shine with all the colors of the rainbow? I'm going to stop for a moment and I'm going to think about if I've ever seen streams of sunlight shining in a forest. And I have. When I've been in the forest, I've seen that before. And sometimes I haven't even been in the forest, but I can look up and in the distance, there's a stream of sunlight shining through the clouds. You might have seen that too. So the question is, if sunlight is white, how can it sometimes shine with all the colors of the rainbow? Do you think they're going to answer that question? Look at the color wheel. You can see wedges of color. If you spin the wheel gently, the colors will start to blur. You may have seen that. If I move my hand really fast in front of the camera, it blurs. But then when I slow it down, you start to see my hand. But if I move it fast, it blurs altogether. And that same thing happens with a color wheel. If the wheel spins faster, you will only see white. The blue, yellow, and red are still there. You just can't see them. Those same colors are mixed together in sunlight. The colors in sunlight are there all the time, but you can only see them once in a while. You might see them if the sun is behind you and it is raining somewhere in front of you. So if the sun is behind you, like it's behind her or him in this illustration, and it's raining the direction your eyes are pointing, you might see that rainbow there. When the sunlight enters the raindrops in front of you, the light bounces around and bends inside the water drop. The light leaves the water drops as separate rays of colored light, which form a rainbow. You can also see rainbows' colors when sunlight passes through a specially shaped piece of glass called a prism. A scientist named Sir Isaac Newton was the first person to explain how a prism works. Like a raindrop, a prism bends sunlight so you can see all of the different colors. The color red is always at the top of the rainbow. After that comes the colors orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Violet is at the bottom of every rainbow. So we're going to go ahead and real quick, I'm just going to use a pen and we're going to point out each of those colors. So here's red, and then that blends into orange, and then we get yellow, green, blue, and in between blue and violet is indigo. and that's kind of a dark bluish purple. When you look at the rainbow in the sky, you might not be able to see all these colors. That's because they blend together. So you can see there's not like hard lines, it's fuzzy. Mixing light is similar to mixing paint. If you mix red and yellow, you get orange. So orange lies between red and yellow in a rainbow. If you mix yellow and blue, you get green. That's why green lies between yellow and blue in a rainbow. Each color in a rainbow gently blends into the next color. Sometimes you can see two rainbows. Do you see that light one up there and the brighter one here? The second one is outside the first and not as bright. Its colors are upside down with red at the bottom. The best time to look for a rainbow is right after a rainstorm, late in the afternoon or early in the morning. The sun should be low in the sky. Stand with your back to the sun. If you're lucky, a rainbow will be right in front of you. I'm wondering if any of you have ever seen a rainbow when you're spraying the hose on a sunny day. When you look at a rainbow from the ground, it usually looks like a half circle. But if something blocks the light, you may only see part of the arc. Not all rainbows are caused by rain. Look for them wherever there is a fine mist of water in the air. You might see a rainbow in a waterfall. Oh, here's what we were just talking about. Or a fountain in a park, or even in the spray from a garden hose in your own backyard. So words to know: color wheel, prism, rainbow, Sir Isaac Newton, and how to look for a rainbow. Your back to the sun, your eyes pointing at the water. All the colors of the rainbow. Thanks for reading along with me, friends.